A serial conman has admitted pretending his family died in the Grenfell Tower fire to obtain around £12,500 meant for the victims. An NHU claimed his wife and son were killed in the blaze at the North Kensington block on June 14 and was photographed beside the Prince of Wales when he met survivors. He posed as a victim of the disaster for almost 2 weeks and was given around £12,500 from charities and Kensington and Chelsea Council. The Prince of Wales meeting an NHU left dark shirt during the aftermath of the Grenfell Tower disaster. The 52-year-old, of Beckenham, southeast London, pleaded guilty at Southwark Crown Court on Thursday to 2 counts of fraud by false representation and 1 count of making an untrue statement for the purpose of obtaining a passport. Wynne showed no emotion as he entered his pleas through a translator. He will be sentenced on December 15. More than 80 people were killed in the blaze which devastated the 24-story building, leaving scores of others homeless. Wynne was given a hotel room, clothing, food, electrical items and money after posing as one of the survivors. Dominic Lipinski. He was discovered to be a fake when he gave several different flat numbers, some of which did not exist and one where a real victim lived. Judge Philip Bartle said at a previous hearing that there was a contemptible element to the fraud. He added the background to this case is one which has received national, if not international, news coverage. Because on June 14 a fire broke out in Grenfell Tower and a very large number of people died in that fire. It has received enormous coverage. There is an inquiry and the ramifications for those people who are genuinely affected by this awful tragedy are very considerable indeed. This defendant has engaged in what the court can only describe as, if he pleads guilty, a despicable offense, namely claiming that he and his family lived in Grenfell Tower and that his wife and son died in it. As a result of which he received goods or money to the value of £12,500. Money which would otherwise have gone to the people who were genuinely affected by this appalling tragedy. An NHU Centre during a visit to the Westway Sports Centre in West London. He continued, this defendant succeeded in achieving money out of the misery and tragedy of people who, unlike this defendant if he pleads guilty, genuinely suffered by this terrible fire. Wynne was born in Vietnam, has been in the UK since the 1980s, is a British citizen and has 17 aliases. He has 28 previous convictions for 56 offences spanning more than 30 years, including theft, dishonest offences, arson and grievous bodily harm. Judge Bartle added, it's an appalling record and one which in my judgment is an aggravating factor. Wynne went to Westway Sports Centre 4 days after the blaze, claiming he lived in the block and that his family had died in the fire. Prosecutor Jonathan Polnay previously said this defendant attended Westway Sports Centre, which was set up to assist those who have lost property and family. This defendant attended on June 18, gave his name, date of birth and said he lived at flat 17. He said he lost his wife, child and all his worldly possessions. He was given £100 cash and signed for it on that basis. He attended the following day and was given £260, then given accommodation at Holiday Inn Express, the current bill just under £2,000. On 21 June he applied for £5,000 and gave his address as flat 18 Grenfell Tower, but there is no flat 17 or 18. He then gave another address of another flat. There are other people who live in that flat who have confirmed that. Police officers were assigned because he was treated as a victim, and when questioned in detail this fraud unraveled. The family of the victim who lived at one of the addresses was caused significant distress after being questioned by police as a result of the fraud. He was also convicted of lying to authorities that he lost his passport during the fire, in the name of Antoine Wynne.